Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the whole flock of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. To give all praises and in glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. The Most High, the Heavenly Father, his Hebrew name is Yahweh. Not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahaya, not Allah, not Abba. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah, not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua. It's Yahweh Shah. So let give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rekah Kodash. The honors to the apostles and elder bishops, elders of great millstone who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders over all of Israel, whether accepted or not. And a sincere salutation to all the ark, pushing this truth, believing this truth, or the four winds of the earth. The entire world sharing light to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the apostle. Or listen, learning you few sisters or listen, learning. Coming into another lesson, true faith, faith, and education, of daily education, Lord, witness be edifying. So I titled this lesson that the vision in Babylon the Great is beautiful. The division between the Edomites and the Edomites in America, Babylon the Great, is beautiful, man. So I want to show. So it's been retail apocalypse since like 2018, real heavy, real heavy. These companies closing down, and the reason behind it is simply it's Amazon, man. Okay, you can get everything online. So I want to show. I got a few clips I want to show the division in Babylon the Great. Lord is better find. So this first one is dealing with all these stores. So check this out.
Biggest grocery chains in America.
Salakia, hold on. Might be some infomercials in this, so Salakia, bear with me.
Some of the biggest grocery chains in America are in the process of closing thousands of stores right now, and discounter Aldi is one of them. Even though Aldi is considered one of the fastest growing retailers in the country, the industry giant hasn't been able to increase profitability in some struggling locations. And as it watches its competitors reducing their brick and mortar footprint in preparation for more economic turbulence, the company has decided to follow the same move. According to a new analysis, the number of store shutdowns announced by the discount chain rose by 50% year over year. That means a lot of shoppers are losing access to affordable grocery prices at a time that food inflation is still soaring. But Aldi closures are just a symptom of something much worse that's rapidly spreading across the entire sector. That's what we're going to discuss in today's video. Before moving on, we ask for your support with a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Almost 1,500 retailers around the United States are closing their doors this year. And maybe you didn't notice while you were inside on lockdown, but this has been going on even before the pandemic. The scary thing is, it's not just dollar stores and suburban chain restaurants closing. Downtown Manhattan and LA is now filled with zombie towers because companies are struggling to make rent under rising interest rates. It would be funny if it weren't so scary. For a whole year, we worried about whether or not we were in a recession. Now the media can't even agree on whether the dollar is strong or weak. But chances are, you've been to the grocery store in the last year. You've seen property values and stock prices crashing. You know, these things tend to get a lot worse before they get better. And with that in mind, it may not be a bad time to reevaluate your financial strategy. Just like the world's largest money managers, who have been shifting some of their allocations ever since the pandemic. Today's sponsor, Masterworks, is giving you an opportunity to diversify with a jewel amongst alternative asset classes, one that had a record-setting year in the midst of the macroeconomic meltdown: fine art. Last year, art prices increased at a rate that outpaced inflation, real estate, and other luxury commodities, allowing Masterworks to pay out over $25 million in total net returns to their investors. In fact, each of their exits to date have returned a profit to their investors. They even sold 2 more artworks just in the last 3 weeks, as we were in the middle of a bank run. Over 690,000 people have signed up so far, and with markets on the verge of collapse, that number grows by the day. But my subscribers can get access to skip the wait list. Just click the link in the description. Even if you're a devoted online shopper, store closings can still be a major inconvenience. There are always those situations where we need to go to a brick-and-mortar location in a pinch. In fact, most Americans tend to visit grocery stores in person so they can carefully choose the items they want, especially fresh produce. But when your local shop shuts down, your entire routine can be disrupted, as well as your ability to find certain products at the same price point. Now, Aldi, known for its affordable groceries, is closing down several underperforming locations, meaning that your local spot could be on the line. Many shoppers say Aldi makes grocery shopping faster and more affordable. Its huge popularity allowed the chain to expand its store count by 1,000 locations over the past decade. In 2021, it was named the fastest growing grocery retailer in the United States. The pandemic, inflation, and the following cost of living crisis helped to boost Aldi sales as more Americans look for discounts. Despite its success in the past couple of years, Aldi hasn't been able to improve performance in hundreds of stores, which is now leading the company to make some tough decisions. In June and July, there was a flood of reports of sudden Aldi store shutdowns across the country. According to Massillon Independent, the only Aldi in Canton, Ohio, has been closed without much warning on June 13th. Another Aldi store in Rockford, Illinois, was also shut down that day, the Rockford Register-Star reported. Similarly, ABC7 Chicago revealed that recently the grocery chain closed one location in Southside Freshman, causing residents a big shock about their future shopping patterns. Various other locations were also closed, including Ashland Avenue, the city's south and west sides, and West Garfield Park. All the shutdowns also came without much notice for employees or shoppers, and are leaving shoppers in the area without a supermarket nearby. On top of that, another closing shutdown happened in the Auburn Gresham area. A spokesperson for the grocery chain told the local news station in late June that our decision was based on several factors, including repeated burglaries and declining sales. Out of concern for our employees and customers, keeping these stores open was no longer a sustainable option. A similar reasoning was cited by the company's executives when the West Garfield Park Aldi closed. They have blamed poor sales performance and increased expenses as the main reasons why it became unsustainable to keep the store open. We have been proud to serve the residents of the West Garfield Park neighborhood over the past 30 years, and we thank our customers for their loyalty, they wrote in a note on Aldi's website. More recently, on July 8th, Aldi also closed down a store in Minneapolis under similar circumstances, and on July 17th, it shuttered 2 other stores without warning in Memphis. The stores had been open for 15 years, and they were located in the Orange Mound and Bethel Grove area, news station WREG3 detailed. Just a few days before one of the closings, there was a burglary after hours in which no one was hurt. 12 other instances requiring law enforcement have occurred in the last year. Aldi said in a statement that repeated burglaries, property damage, and poor sales performance led to the decision. Last week, Aldi closed the only supermarket in Rensselaer County, New York, even after officials begged the chain not to close the store. The city may become a food desert after Aldi's exit, they said. Numerous low-income communities lost the only affordable grocer in the area. On August the 1st, a crowd gathered to hear the news of its closure and together mourned the departure of the low-price grocery store. The company said several factors are considered before making such decisions. Aldi looks for convenient locations for our customers that can support a high traffic volume daily, the spokesperson noted. Unfortunately, the affected stores could not meet the required standards. According to Retail Data Insights, Aldi store closures doubled in the past year. Researchers found that between January and June 2022 and January and June 2023, the number of shutdowns conducted by the chain increased by 52%, resulting in a total of 178 closures across 17 states. That is a major indicator that the food retailer is reassessing its brick-and-mortar portfolio to get ready for more volatility in the final stretch of 2023 and into 2024.
So I ain't gonna play all of this. You hear it. All the stores closing. Double as biggest grocery stores in America. As biggest grocery stores in America face mass shutdowns. Now you see this? This is Peter Schiff right here. This is on his channel. It say economic collapse, all banks to fail. This is what's coming. And this other one from CNBC, it say, why do groceries cost so much? This is how America is falling, man. Babylon the Great is falling. Let me get this next clip. This place is falling, man. Now this is from this is another clip by Amazon, right? Check this out. It say Amazon is destroying thousands of big box stores as mass stores closing intensify. This is the reason why people ain't shopping at Walmart. This is why Kmart closed. All these places, man, because you can get it all from Amazon. And now Kroger is a big company, man. Kroger is a big thing that deliver food. And see, this is a transition of the New World Order, man. You're gonna get your just like when you I mentioned it. I love watching the Jetsons growing up, man. The Jetsons was a futuristic cartoon, man. Everybody was flying in spaceships, man, chariots. And you can punch a button and you got the whole meal already done, man. Everything is gonna be sold either one or two stores, man. This is the New World Order, man. Everybody you'll get all your stuff from one place. That's it. Them creating these 15-minute cities, you're gonna get your stuff from one place. Your toiletries, your cleaning products, your food, whatever, anything you need. You need new bed sheets and quilts and pillowcases. It's all gonna come from one place. Just like Walmart. You can go to Walmart and get everything you need for your house in Walmart, for your car, whatever it is. That's what Esau is creating, man. The elites is creating this. This is a part of that one currency. Well, it's gonna be one place to shop at, man. And it's all gonna be done through digital. Check this out.
Retail apocalypse. The retail apocalypse is in full force in 2023, and Amazon is only making it more deadly for many retailers. In recent years, the shopping behavior of consumers has dramatically changed. Nowadays, more and more people are entirely relying on the internet for any purchasing. and brick-and-mortar stores have been closing by the thousands as competition in the sector is getting tougher. According to a Morgan Stanley analysis, Amazon accounts for almost a third of all retail sales and is responsible for
Shalom to the Akim and Abba tuning in. Yabba Shema Shabarakatam.
half of the growth in the sector. From household products to electronics, clothing, and groceries, everything is available on the platform, and that's a huge advantage for the company. However, that is absolutely killing other brands that have been with us for decades, and many of them are at risk of going under this year amid a new wave of retail bankruptcies. That's what we're going to expose in today's video. But before moving on, we would like to ask you to support our work with a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. The pandemic has transformed the world into a digital one. With an increasing number of people choosing to shop online, Amazon has established itself as one of the top U.S. retailers by sales. But as the e-commerce giant thrives, traditional retailers are struggling.
And that's what these elites did with 2020, man. This is what they did, man. They transformed the world to a digital society, man. This is a pandemic, as brother said, man.
Experts in the sector call the phenomenon the Amazon effect, according to Forbes. Since 2017, Amazon has been driving roughly half of all growth in the retail industry, and the company accounts for 31%
See that? Since 2017, Amazon has been driving roughly half of all growth in retail industry. This is finna turn to 100%, man. The elites is doing this purposely, and these companies that closed down, all these retail apocalypse stores, Sears, Kmart, all them big names, it's all going to one place, man. Everybody, you can sell all your stuff right on Amazon, man. That's what these elites is doing, man. One currency, one shopping place, just one world order, man. And it all makes sense. This is how this place is falling, man.
of all retail purchases, an analysis by Morgan Stanley showed. That's a huge portion for one company alone to control in a $2.5 trillion industry.
They worth more than that.
While the empire founded by Jeff Bezos continues to grow, many brands have been forced to adapt or shut down for good. In fact, since 2005, a decade after Amazon entered the market, the number of bankruptcies of brick-and-mortar retailers have skyrocketed. In that year, only 731 retail stores were closed across the U.S. That compares to the 6,400 store shutdowns that we've just seen in the first half of 2023. Of course, Amazon wasn't solely responsible for killing off more than 500,000 struggling stores. Poor management and other leadership mistakes have done as much to cripple those retailers, such as Sears, Radio Shack, and Wet Seal. But when a behemoth like Amazon gets a category in its crosshairs, companies in that space should always brace for impact. The mega retailer has been blamed for the downfall of major chains, forever changing the way we shop and crushing millions of small businesses. In 2019, even the former United States Treasury Secretary, Steven Mnuchin, believed that Amazon was
recording just got better. StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local
was adversely impacting the retail industry. I think if you look at Amazon, he said, although there are certain benefits, destroyed the retail industry across the United States. So there's no question they've limited competition. Mnuchin said during an interview with
Hold
CNBC.
on.
But
what? I think if you look at Amazon, although there are certain benefits to it, they destroyed the retail industry across the United States, so there's no question they've limited competition. So since the retail apocalypse really hit in like 2018 to now, I'm talking about thousands of stores, man. Thousands of stores closed down. Why? Because you can get any and everything at Amazon. And you can get any and everything at Walmart. But Amazon is that place, man. You can get, listen, when the Passover, we be ordering what's this is the horseradish root, man. We don't gotta go to the Publix, because sometimes Publix don't have it. So we wind up getting the horseradish root in a jar. You can get the root. Amazon got everything, man. So the whole retail apocalypse came from Amazon, man. And it only makes sense. This is division amongst listen, it may appear to be division, but it's not, because all this is already planned, man. This is planned by these elites, man. This is conditioning through gradualism, man. That's what this is. The Amazon stores. They got where you can scan. You can put your RFID microchip right up under the scanner, man. This is conditioning through gradualism, man.
they've limited competition, Mnuchin said during an interview with CNBC. But the truth is that the path to total Amazon domination is just beginning.
Oh, and what they tell you, it's cheaper. A person might tell you, it's cheaper to go online. You can get it cheaper online. They giving you a little bit off cheaper to get it online, man. That's conditioning through gradualism, man. It keep you from, you don't gotta leave your house. You could just order it. The same thing with Kroger's delivering food. You don't gotta go to the grocery store yourself. Let us pick out your food for you. We'll deliver it to your house, man. So the same that you spend on gas, right? Which they're eliminating that. Trying to eliminate these gas cars. So the same money that you would spend on burning gas going to the grocery store, just call in and order it and just get a tip to the deliverer. Or put it on when you do your cash, when you pay your bill online, just put the tip in there. This is what they doing, man. This is conditioning through gradualism. But at the same time, it's division, because these mom and pop stores, those that used to have generational wealth, talking about those so-called white people, the elites is taking their white privilege and generational wealth away, man. That's what this is doing. But at the same time, it's conditioning the world, man. The Lord is cold, man. Magnificent, man.
One investment firm has even created a Death by Amazon index that tracks the stock prices of retail chains they believe are most threatened by the online retailer. In 2017, the company at the top of the index was Toys R Us. Back then, the retailer was offering discounts to customers in an attempt to attract them back after Amazon made it all too easy to buy the hottest toys at the click of a button. But still, sales continued to decline by double digits. And in September of that year, the company filed for bankruptcy due to the $5 billion debt it had accrued. Every year since then, the index has accurately forecasted which companies will be knocked down by Amazon, even predicting the demise of JP Morgan in 2020, more recently, the collapse of Bed Bath & Beyond. This year, many retail giants are reporting dropping sales, slower foot traffic, declining revenues, and announcing store closings. Hundreds of brick-and-mortar retailers are currently on Moody's bankruptcy's watch list. Meanwhile, Amazon may have realized earlier than everybody else in the game that physical retail is going to suffer immensely as we face another recession. That's why the company started to significantly reduce the number of physical Amazon stores and focus on e-commerce and its grocery chain, Whole Foods. Grocery is the one sector where demand stays steady even amid economic downturns. As it focuses on its areas of expertise, Amazon is not working harder than its competitors to stay on top. It's actually working smarter. The e-commerce giant also laid off more than 18,000 employees to cut costs before economic conditions worsen further. These strategies are allowing it to reduce spending on commercial real estate and labor in order to become more well-positioned to fight the challenges ahead. Given that the company employs far fewer people than its rivals and controls its own delivery system and its own supply chain, its operations are less expensive than those of brick-and-mortar retailers. Its recent expansion into even more areas of retail, from grocery stores to auto parts, means that the number of companies under threat is rapidly growing.
Attention all time share owners. This ebook is for you. 13
The so-called Amazon effect has already eliminated brands like Borders, Circuit City, Tower Records, and Musicland. And according to the index, some companies that are failing to compete with e-commerce right now are at risk of facing bankruptcy this year. Blue Apron is one of them. After slashing jobs to save on costs and lowering prices to try to boost sales this year, the New York-based meal kit delivery company is still far away from becoming financially sound. Data shows that since Amazon's acquisition of Whole Foods, Blue Apron has been hanging by a thread. When the company went public on the New York Stock Exchange, it actually was the biggest flop of the year, finishing its first day flat. The announcement of the Whole Foods transaction released just 2 weeks before had a huge impact on Blue Apron shares. The bad news for Blue Apron continued when Amazon announced plans to enter the ready-to-eat meal business. A patent filing from Amazon with the slogan, "We do the prep, you be the chef," was the last thing Blue Apron investors wanted to hear. Since 2021, the company is on a bankruptcy watch list, and the non-essential service is likely to get hit hard as the downturn unfolds. Right on top of endangered retailers is Walgreens. Amazon has long wanted to enter the lucrative pharmaceutical industry, and in mid-2018 it did just that by acquiring PillPack, an online pharmaceutical company. PillPack's online presence, combined with Amazon's shipping expertise, allows people to avoid making trips to a pharmacy to fill a prescription. Meanwhile, Walgreens stock fell to the lowest level in 11 years. Profits are shrinking and sales continue to disappoint. It's also seen as an official victim of the Amazon effect. The department starting and Amazon's growth, hundreds of stores disappeared since the pandemic. Sales are down and the outlook remains discouraging for the retailer. But it is far from being the only department store feeling the burn. Nordstrom Inc. and malls are also at risk, and if Warren Buffett is correct, the future for the segment is anything but rosy. The department store is online now, he said at Berkshire's annual meeting. GameStop is being hammered by Amazon as well. Despite the meme stock frenzy, the retailer also is having trouble getting buyers to visit its locations. Over 500 locations have been shuttered because of a drop in global sales, which fell 22.6% from 2019 to 2023. Higher competition is to blame. The fact that people are also buying fewer physical games doesn't help either. Not only are they getting destroyed by the online retailers and big box stores that have an inherent cost advantage through no retail real estate footprint or a much larger footprint that they can leverage with other products, but the movement to mobile-based games is creeping up mightily, Larry Perkins, CEO and founder of Sierra Constellation Partners, told USA Today. Etsy, the online marketplace for boutique goods, may not win the battle against Amazon either. In 2015, Amazon expanded its handmade brand, snapping almost 22% of the market share of the segment. While some Etsy sellers refused to list their products on Amazon after complaints the retail giant was copying their products and selling them at a lower price, Etsy's profits have collapsed. The same happened to sports apparel retailer Foot Locker. More competition, cheaper alternatives, and millennials' frugal habits have put pressure on the company to keep store sales up in the past few years. Foot Locker's earnings for the first quarter of 2023 were a big miss
beautiful.
that saw the stock plunge 27% in one day. The news that Nike, a big product for Foot Locker, started selling on Amazon as well was yet another blow for the flailing retailer. The news was a big hit for the industry as a whole. Shares in several major sport chains hit 52-week lows on word that Nike will soon be selling its gear directly on Amazon, the Associated Press reported. In March, Foot Locker announced that they will close 400 stores. Bookseller Barnes & Noble also shut down 200 locations recently. Amazon, which started as an online bookstore in 1995, is now the world leader in book sales. The Amazon Kindle is now the dominant player in the e-reader market too, selling tens of millions of books. Unfortunately, the bookstore chain is seeing revenue miss expectations as Amazon takes a bigger bite out of its business every year. Staples has seen its business shrink too, with Amazon luring more and more corporate customers to use its services. Retail experts suggest that the biggest bankruptcy of the year was also fueled by Amazon. For years, Bed Bath & Beyond was struggling with falling profits, and the home furnishing sector has been feeling the squeeze since the e-commerce company started offering free shipping to many shoppers. In April, the brand filed for bankruptcy and has closed 360 stores nationwide. Amazon is now the largest consumer electronics retailer in the country after surpassing Best Buy in 2021. Best Buy remained in the top spot for decades, but year after year, the online retailer snapped a bigger share of the market. Sales of TVs, headphones, laptops, and other electronic gadgets at Amazon grew 28% in 2022 compared to single-digit growth at Apple and Best Buy. It may be only a matter of time before these brick-and-mortar retailers face a similar fate.
This is, I mean, it seems to be a division, but it's not, man. This is the conditioning through gradualism. This is the setup of that one world government, man. Everything gonna be sold at one place because Best Buy, H.H. Gregg, those were the places that you went to go get your laptops and all that electronic stuff, man. Amazon's selling everything, man. Just like Walmart. This is cold, man. But what they doing is checking out the mouths of these mom and pop stores, man. Esau don't care, man.
Bed Bath & Beyond. Today, Amazon also stands as the biggest apparel seller in the country, making Walmart and Target eat dirt. Costco, which was once the big fish in the retail market pond, is fading in the background too. Its subscription model was the first of its type, putting pressure on the everyday retailer. But as Amazon continues to climb, Costco has stalled. In 1993, Costco merged with Price Club, and subscriptions surpassed 80 million in 30 years. Compare this to Amazon Prime. It launched in 2005, and as of late 2022, had an estimated 107 million members in the United States.
You see that? Hold on. They said Costco submerged with who? Hold on.
to climb, Costco was stalled. In 1993, Costco merged with Price Club, and subscriptions surpassed 80 million in 30 years.
So Costco submerged with Price Club. 80 million. Amazon 107.
Compare this to Amazon Prime.
Salaki.
It launched in 2005, and as of late 2022, had an estimated 107
Wow.
million members in the United States.
That's crazy.
All of this shows that the impact of the Amazon effect has been undeniable. Amazon is putting its flag in the ground in one industry after another, cementing its role as the global leader in virtually everything. Many companies are now gone, due in part to pressure from the online retailer that's upended the American retail landscape. And if others don't figure out a solution fast, they might be the next stores.
Ain't no other solution, man. This is what's being established. Now I got a few articles on the show. This is one here. Because I was looking at I'm always looking at my at my news. This is just popped up. This just popped up a few minutes ago. It say just the headline. Inflation remain elevated. Salakia. If inflation remained elevated in July at 3.2, and prices are unlikely to return to pre-pandemic levels anytime soon. Now, this is what it say. I'm gonna read it from the phone because it put up something different when I pulled it up. Let me read it again from here. This what it say. It says, hold on, bear with me. At least they done moved it. Okay, it say inflation rate hit 3.2 in July. Here's why a return to normal prices is a long way off. And normal isn't coming back. Yahweh Shai is, man. Inflation, it's a inflation rate hike. It's like it. Inflation rate hit 3.2 in July. Here's why a return to normal prices is a long way off. It's not nothing is going to return to normal here. The U.S. economy is still in the inflation trenches, but the reasons are clear. They say the consumer price hike. Salaki, the consumer price index hit 3.2 in July compared with 3% in June. The Bureau of Labor Statistics reported Thursday. Once again, food prices were among the largest contributors to last month's increase. Food at home prices increased 3.6 over the past 12 months, while food away from home, like at restaurants, increased 7.1 over that period. Man, this place, the Lord, Isaiah 3 and 1, it's the hardest hitter, man. Isaiah 3 and 1, the Lord has taken away the stay and the staff, the stay of bread and the whole stay of water, man. It say the good news is that the good news is that price increase have already drifted downward from the height we experienced just last summer. At one point, year-over-year inflation had reached 9.1, the highest rate of the price increases for goods and services since the early 1980s. But overall, prices for some goods and services have steadily increased over the course of the pandemic years. The evidence was front and center, as seen in the price of eggs, ground beef, gasoline, used cars, electricity, and rent. Duh. So, but this is how this place got to go down, man. Everything gotta get worse. as crime getting worse, as the people when they say people shall be disobedient to their parents, which you got your real parents and you got your spiritual father, which are the apostles of great millstone, the elder bishops and elders. You got Jake that's bucking up against those who they learned from. You know, all you slow belly niggas out there learn from the apostles of great millstone, the elder bishops and elders. But then you got some guys out here that's saying they give a double honors to the apostles, and that's it. But what about the elder bishops who learn from the apostles? What about the elders who learn from the apostles? Why you ain't giving them double honors? They give double honors to the apostles only. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. But what about the elder bishops and elders, man? Anyway, the division in this place, man, because Esau is taken away from the common Edomite, the elites, the so-called white man, the one who controls the resources, is taken away from the so-called common so-called white man. Yeah, ain't no more generational wealth and white privilege for the regular Edomite. Let me get this. I got a couple more here I want to play. Bear with me. This is the division the Lord is doing, man. But it's the elites. This is conditioning and gradualism, man. They're doing this purposely. And this is how this place has got. This how America, Babylon the Great got to fall, man. This is how it got to happen, man. So check this out real quick. Got three quick clips. They say Tyson plant closures could raise meat prices. Duh.
Shoppers like William Beckmeyer are tired of the price hikes in meat.
I'm a little upset about it. Meat prices.
See, this is your common everyday Edomite. And the lease is taken away from him and his family, if he got one. This is what we keep telling you. They doing this to their own people. Hold on.
Shoppers like William Beckmeyer are tired of the price hikes in meat.
I'm a little upset about it. Meat prices affect everybody going to the grocery store.
With more processing plants either closing or restructuring, things aren't looking cheaper.
Profitability has been really tough in the chicken industry. So feed costs have continued to be high.
Hey, this is beautiful, man, because all these proud bastards, man, you're a local Edomites you see at the grocery store. You may be washing your car at a car washes or wherever you at, man, at a restaurant. These bastards is doing bad. They doing bad, man. The Lord have turned these things right side up. So that means it's time for their asses to fall in the same lot that so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians been falling in for years.
And we all know it's dry in many parts of the country today, and that's led to concerns about yield this fall that could keep feed costs high.
Other factors like slowed consumer demand and labor shortages are forcing plants to change approach.
Cutbacks in production and processing are trying to get the industry back to a profitable level.
According to data Brown
It's they trying to
compiled
get
from
it back. Ain't no back, man. This place is falling, man. This place is falling. It's collapsing. It's the infrastructure is deteriorating. The economy. Hey, that Isaiah 14:11, man. The worms cover thee, and the worms spread under thee, man. Total corruption, corrosion. And the Lord is doing this from the inside out. The same way when you read about how the Lord did Antiochus Epiphanes, it say his flesh, his soldiers couldn't even stand the smell of his body, man, the stink that came from him. Well, the Lord did the same thing to Herod, man. Okay, the Lord destroyed Herod the same way, man. Worms coming out of his body, man. The Lord is destroying America, Babylon the Great, from inside out, man. It's corroded. It's corruption. It is corroded, man.
U.S. Department of Agriculture, profitability in the chicken industry has decreased 60% compared to the same time last year. Brown warns customers to prepare to pay more.
Less supplies of meat as we look ahead, especially into 2024. That probably means
Hold on, did you see that? When you go to any grocery store, let's see if we can go back to that. Where is that? Let's go back.
That probably means consumers will see some higher prices when they go to the grocery store.
Beckmeyer says he's upset for the people who don't have as many options to buy.
If you're not able to find someone like I am with a small town connections, or grows their own meat, then you're really going to pay a price at the meat counter.
I want to go back to the one, Salakia. Damn infomercial. Damn it. It's all right. I was just finna show that section of meat. That section of meat, right? Hold on, let's go back.
We'll see, look ahead, especially into 2020 of meat as we look ahead, especially into 2024. That probably means consumers will see some higher prices when they go to the grocery store.
Beckmeyer says he's upset for the people who don't have as many options to buy.
So I want to go back to that one point. Let me see if I can find it here. I just want to show this. Because they show you there's one section of meat. It's number pork, man.
Compared to the same time last year.
Hold on.
Brown warns customers.
Right there. This is all pork, man. All this. Ham. Sausages. This is all pork, man. It's more pork on the damn shelf than any other meat. Anyway, let me get this other clip. America is through, man. Babylon the Great. Babylon the Great is through, man. This place is falling, and we just waiting patiently. So this is check this out. Just some in the news, like Elder Hawa say, in the news.
Tyson Foods is closing 4 more chicken plants, and that's after already shutting down chicken facilities in May and laying off these plans to cut costs. And Tyson lost more than $400 million.
Let's run it back.
Tyson Foods is closing 4 more chicken plants, and that's after already shutting down chicken facilities in May and laying off 1,700 workers. This is part of the company's plans to cut costs, and Tyson lost more than $400 million in the recent quarter. Plants closing are located in Corydon, Indiana, Missouri, and Arkansas.
Yeah, man. Now check this out. I saw this. I saw this a couple hours ago. I gotta play this. I'm gonna get a couple precepts, man. We already know what time it is, man. The Lord is destroying this place, man. He's taking away the comfort, right? I'm gonna get a couple precepts on that, man. But look at this. This is spiritual right here. I looked at this as very spiritual, man. What did the Lord say about Esau?
It's everything you wish
Jeremiah-
for. Your site traffic is skyrocketing
Jeremiah 49
until
and 10.
this
Say
happens.
he had made Esau
Health
bear,
alert
right?
tonight. The Centers for Disease
So
Control
check
and
this
Prevention
out.
says leprosy cases are surging in Florida, and Central
Check
Florida
this
is.
out. Hold on. The Lord made Esau bear, man. He's exposing the so-called white man, the Edomites. Check this out. Now this is you see it say, what is leprosy and why is it not on the rise again? The leprosy is you Edomites, you so-called white people with no pigment, no melanin, man. And your blood show forth through your skin. Check this out.
Health alert tonight. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says leprosy cases are surging in Florida, and Central Florida is seeing the most. Florida was among the top reporting states, and almost a fifth of all cases were reported in Central Florida. Terry Parker is live tonight with what you need to know about this disease. Terry?
Tiffany, leprosy, also known as Hansen disease, is an age-old disease that affects the skin and the nerves. And it's happening so often right now in Central Florida that doctors across the U.S. who are treating the disease are urged to ask their patients if they've been to Florida recently. Yet, still, the mystery of why it's happening is unsolved. The CDC says Central Florida accounted for 81% of leprosy cases reported in Florida and almost 1/5 of cases reported across the U.S. And right now, researchers don't know why.
And the question that is in our minds is, why is that increase happening? There are many aspects of leprosy that are still not completely understood. And what has been noticed is that 20% of cases of leprosy in the United States are being diagnosed in Central Florida.
Infectious disease specialist. Right now, the outbreak is mostly confined to Central Florida.
We do not.
Hold on. Let me pull this up real quick. I want to show this one. So, like you, bear with me.
Now look there. Over a night.
The Lord is exposing these Edomites, man. Now there's a law dealing with leprosy in Leviticus 13. Yeah, this is cold, man. Let me play this. Let me play this. Let me pull it up. Bear with me here. Let's finish this one. We're gonna finish this. Oh man. Let's finish this one.
Time, Orlando, Florida. Well, that's where our next story takes us, because leprosy cases there in Central Florida are surging. And right there, it seems to be a hot spot, specifically Brevard County with 20 cases reported. Let's talk about this right now. We're going to be joined by Fox 35 Orlando reporter Deborah Cho. She spoke with a dermatologist about it, or at least viewers hear the term leprosy, they pause because they don't think that's been around since what? Biblical times. What more did this dermatologist tell you?
Yeah, that's exactly my first question to him, actually, Andrew, was this is kind of freaky to think about. You don't think about headlines when you, health headlines. When you see leprosy, you're like, wait a second, I'm going to stop in my tracks. But what he told me was that it's nothing to freak out about. He says that there is a lot more treatment than there was, perhaps back in the biblical times. But some of the things that he did say was spreading, and why Brevard County is a hotspot.
Leprosy is a disease you don't often think about, but for Floridians, it's something to be aware of. The CDC publishing a new report showing a rise in cases of leprosy, especially in Brevard County.
There's really no good reason why it loves Melbourne and Brevard County that I can think of. In fact, we don't even really know how leprosy is spread from one person to another.
Central Florida accounted for 81% of cases reported in the state. In 2020, Brevard County had 20 cases, compared to other counties with leprosy, which had just one. The big question on people's minds, how do you get it? For some people, they have no idea. But in most cases, it's from long-time exposure to leprosy or by making contact with an armadillo.
The one thing that's important to note.
Leprosy on top of leprosy. Ain't that something? Lord, cold, man. So, anyway, let me get a couple pre-sales. Leprosy outbreak. As if we hasn't had enough of these Edomites, man. The Edomites is getting more leprosy, man. So just a couple points I want to make. This is Luke. The division, Amazon taking over everything, man. This is Luke 12:51. It reads, suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth. I tell you, nay, but rather division. And that's what we see going on, man. Division. Because the Edomites is taken away from the Edomites. What is that? The brother bringing that all the time in Wisdom of Solomon. Let me see if I can get that. They are, and you know what's it's cold because all the Edomites is going to suffer. Is that Wisdom of Solomon 18 and 11? I think it is. This Wisdom of Solomon 18 and 11. The elites is taken away from the mouth of the regular common Edomites, the ones that have they little mom and pop stores, man. Amazon is shutting down everybody. So now it makes sense when the retail apocalypse really start hitting. It's because of Amazon. Walmart did it too. Walmart did it. The Amazon. Oh, then you had Sam's Club and Costco's and BJ's. They did it too because you can go buy it in bulk, right? You can buy big this, a big part of it, big this. You can get big bags of this and big bags of that. That was Esau taken away from the common Edomite, man. This is Wisdom of Solomon 18. But they all gonna suffer the same death, man. Wisdom of Solomon 18 and 11. The master and the servant were punished after one manner. And like as the king, so suffered the common person. They all gonna suffer, man. The division between these Edomites, the upper class and the lower, they all gonna suffer the same death, man. Slavery. Nigga say 23-hour lockdown. Nigga, the only time you're gonna see daylight is on the Sabbath, man. Oh, maybe maybe the other high holy days, right? Maybe. We'll see when we get to the kingdom. But the only day you're gonna get rest is on the Sabbath, man. The master and the servant, Wisdom of Solomon 18 and 11, the master and the servant were punished after one manner, and like as the king, so suffered the common person. So they all together had innumerable dead with one kind of death. Neither were the living sufficient to bury them, for in one moment the noblest offspring of them was destroyed. The noblest. So they doing this to their own people when they all gonna suffer the same one death. Luke 12 and 51. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth, I tell you, nay, but rather division. Yeah, man. The Lord is coming to bring the Lord has put division in the earth. I just got a couple precepts. This is Mark 3. Let's start at 23. It's sad to see how these Edomites doing these Edomites. But it's beautiful, man. Because then you got those Edomites that say, oh, we are Christians. And they point the finger saying, no, those are the Edomites over there. We Christians. We the sons of God. We the children of God. No, you slow belly Edomites. Y'all are Edomites. And he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but have an end. And what we see in America is it's divided. Go back to the plebeians and the patricians, man. Right, which today is the Democrats and the Republicans. And this is a play on the mind to make you think that they fighting for you. No, they ain't fighting for nobody, man. Luke 11 and 17. Again, Yahushua said, but he knowing their thoughts, said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and a house divided against a house falleth. So you see Amazon, this retail apocalypse that's been going on since like 2017, 2018. That's when it really started hitting hard. 2018 to now is because of the Walmart and Amazon, the Costco's and BJ's, okay, and the Sam's Clubs, man. But now, Sam Club, BJ's, and Costco's, they losing too. to damn Amazon, man. But this is a strategic move. They at least doing this. Conditioning through gradualism. Them 15-minute cities, you gonna get all your stuff from one place, man. Whatever you need for your house, your car, whatever you need, you're gonna get it from one place. But this is the division of Babylon the Great, man. So, just had a couple pre-shows. I just saw these articles. I was looking at these videos, man. Like, man, the Lord has really got these people divided, man. And they have never been on the same page. Never. They have always been like this. The Lord just put a spirit on them to role play, man. To woo the minds of the people, to make the people think that, oh, this is the place. This is like, what's that? Let's read this in Revelation 13. In Revelation 13. Everybody is wandering after the beast, man. So you got Revelations 13 and 4 reads, and they worship the dragon, which gave power unto the beast, and they worship the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war unto him? This is how they warn the mind of the people, man. See, it's a Revelation 13:11, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. These two horns are the plebeians and the plebeians and the patricians, which they are the Democrats and Republicans, man. And then Jake talking about who is able to make war. You look what they have done. Look at the technology. Look where we going. But they have raised again the inflation. They have hiked the prices on inflation. They said in what 12 years? No, they said in what was what 13, 10 years. They done did it like at least 12 times. This is like the 11th or 12th time they have to hike the inflation prices, man. The price of food is going up for a reason. It's a reason, and the apostle been telling you this for years, man. That they was gonna do this. But this is how the kingdom. Let's close with this. This is how the so-called white man's kingdom have to fall, man. It falls this way. 2nd Ezra. Let's read this 4 and 28. It reads, But as concerning the things whereof thou asked me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. So this place have to be turned upside down. And the Lord said it, Habakkuk 1 and 5, Behold ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously, for I will work a work in your days which you will not believe, though it be told to you. And now, lesson I did yesterday, man. The world shall see all together. Let's get that. 2nd Ezra. 2nd Ezra 6 and 20. This is what the Lord doing, man. The Lord is magnifying his power. 2nd Ezra 6 and 20. And when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. The books shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. Everybody see this because it's worldwide news. You slow belly niggas talking about GMS use articles. You dumb niggas. This is worldwide news, man. What are you talking about? This is worldwide news. This is my closing precept, man. Hosea. As a matter of fact, nope. I got two. Isaiah. I brought this out yesterday. I'm going to keep bringing it out too, man. Isaiah 24:1, man. The Lord is magnifying his power, man. The Lord is showing you people out there who's in control. They can't perceive it. Isaiah 24:1. They say the white man. No, it's the Lord, you slow belly niggas. Isaiah 24:1. Behold, Yahweh maketh the earth empty. and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down. Now, I just read 2 Ezra. The Lord say, hey, until this place be turned upside down, that cannot come that is sown with good, man. Behold, Yahweh maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. The Lord is doing this, man. Closing precept. Hosea 4:1. You know when you people going, you know when your slow belly dumb niggas gonna get it when it's at your table, when it's in your house and there is no food. That's where you gonna start. That's where you gonna get it. The Lord got the hopeful elect getting it now, man. So little by little, it becomes nothing to the hopeful elect. Oh, we don't got that much to eat. Okay, we gonna split this. We gonna split this down. We gonna bust this down. Listen, a slow belly nigga that need to eat and eat and eat and eat and eat, their ass is gonna die. They gonna suffer. Hosea 4:1. And hear the word of Yahweh, ye children of Israel, for Yahweh having controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out in blood, touching blood. You slow belly niggas don't want to stop killing and lying and stealing and committing adultery. Therefore, shall the land mourn. What said Isaiah 24:1? The Lord will make the earth empty. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwell therein shall languish. You people, you 2/3, you heathens, with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven, yea, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken. The Lord is doing this, man. And for you, Jakes, let's get this. Let's close with this. Isaiah 3:1. Lord, bring the vision, man. Isaiah 3:1. For behold, the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah of hosts, doeth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water. The Lord is taking away everything. He's making the earth empty. And you see what happened the other day in Alabama? Oh, I was going to mention this. At the plantation, so I get I got a young Levite manager, right? Young Levite. And I'm like, bro, put the station on when I, cause going in the mornings, put the station on 94.5. This is an old slow jam station. But in the morning, it'd be the Rick and Smiley morning show. And they was talking about, this was Monday, and they was talking about how the Jake that the Edomites jumped on at the up there in Alabama, right? And how the other Jakes came in and helped, and they beat them Edomites, beat the brakes off them bastards. Do you know these Edomites at the plantation wanted to change the station? He let it play for like a couple of hours. I better listen to the morning show to hear what they talking about. So he came back. He said, "Bro, I had to change it because nobody on." I said, "Yeah, cause the truth. They don't want to hear about how Jake get beat up. But then if it had, but when he changed it to the Edomite station, which it played like a little bit of, it played mostly Edomite music, like like Phil Collins type of music, right? Edomite stuff. Then they'll play like some Michael Jackson, some Whitney Houston. They throw a little bit of Jake shit in there. But I said the whole day, listen to me, the whole fucking day, they did not mention not one time on this station about what happened in Alabama. Not one time did they mention it. But on 94.5, Rick and Smiley, they were talking about it the whole morning. So he turned to the Edomite station. I said, bro, it's all good. They don't want to hear the truth. But when we was getting burnt alive and our hands tied behind our back and hung up, and we was getting butt broke in front of our wife and kids, they was laughing, taking pictures of that. I said, yeah, bro, it's all good. It's the truth. He like, man, cause I talked to him. So he said, man, the Edomites don't want to hear about that. I said, yeah, it's the truth. It's the damn truth. Of course they want to hear about it, right? So on the Edomite station, they didn't mention it, not once. And they talk about everything on this station. They didn't mention it, what happened in Alabama, not one time. Okay? Why? because they know. They don't want to talk. Jake, the Lord got the spirit, man. That Genesis, what is that, Genesis 49? Man, who shall rouse up Jake? The Lord got the spirit, and these Edomites don't even want to talk about it. And the Edomites, which is a lot of servers, female servers, young and old, they didn't want to hear it at the plantation, man. Listen, they know. Boy, it's our time, man. The Lord is doing something magnificent. And as I read in Habakkuk 1 and 5, yeah, though it was told to you, they would not believe it, man. The Lord is rousing up Jake, man. These Edomites ain't want brothers at checking the station, man. Okay? And they ain't even mentioning on the other station. Why? Because they in fear, man. They fear these Edomites. They already losing. They don't got generational wealth anymore. They don't got that white privilege, and they losing, man. Hey, anyway, so Lord was edifying. Gotta give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rekah Korash. The bonus to the apostles and the epistle elders, a great millstone who well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders over all of Israel, whether concepted or not. In a sincere salutation to all the Akim pushing this truth and believing this truth, but the full winds of the earth, the entire world, sharing light to the whole elect. Shalom to our wealth who are listening learning, you for sisters who are listening learning. The wealth for tuning in, may Yahweh Shema shall continue blessing your houses. Stay prayed up. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. Till next time I say Shalom, wa a barber ball.